Hi, in this video we will see some basic differences between ASIC and FPGA. ASIC and FPGA are two chip technologies used in VLSI engineering. ASIC denotes Application Specific Integrated Circuit. It is a chip which is designed for a particular application. Here, a complete system is integrated on a single chip. That is, an ASIC is a combination of analog and digital functions, programmable logic, programmable controllers, and different kinds of memory in a single chip. FPGA denotes Field Programmable Gate Array. It is different from ASIC in the sense that it is reprogrammable. That is, its hardware can be reconfigured or reprogrammed. It is good for a wide variety of applications where area, power consumption, and cost of the chip are not big constraints. They can be used for simulation, testing, and prototyping of ASICs, can be used as a digital controller, digital signal processors, and so on. So, ASIC or Application Specific Integrated Chip is an integrated circuit chip which is designed for a particular use. They are mostly designed by a company for a specific use. We can customize them for high performance and low power for the given system. Major examples are processors, RAM, ROM, etc. ASICs are the design choice of many system-on-chip companies because if it is a specific application, you need only the components needed for the particular application. And because of that, the size, area, power consumption, and hence the cost can be optimized for that particular application. But the main drawback of ASIC, or the main difference of ASIC from FPGA is that once it is made into the silicon, the design cannot be altered or reprogrammed. Now let's see what an FPGA is. As we have seen, FPGA denotes Field Programmable Gate Array. It is an array of gates whose field is programmable. As the name suggests, its hardware is reconfigurable. The FPGA design is usually done in a hardware description language, and the most commonly used hardware description languages are VHDL and Verilog. FPGAs are very flexible because we can make changes in the design file at any point in the design flow, even after fabrication. The most popular manufacturers of FPGA are Altera from Intel and Xilinx. Now let's see the architecture of an FPGA. As we can see, an FPGA consists of thousands of configurable logic blocks which are embedded in programmable interconnects. These programmable interconnects actually help in reprogramming. In this figure, the CLBs represent the configurable logic blocks, and those red lines denote the programmable interconnects. Logic block contains multiplexers, D flip-flops, and lookup tables. Lookup table actually implements the combinational logic functions, and the multiplexers are used for the selection logic. And thus, the D flip-flop is the one which stores the output of lookup tables. In ASIC, we have seen that the entire system, including the analog and digital functionalities, can be incorporated in a single chip, whereas in FPGA, the analog functionalities can be implemented by adding external ICs. Now let's see how an FPGA works. FPGA uses static RAM-based programming. The SRAM or flash memory can be used to store the configuration logic. The way FPGAs implement combinational logic is by using lookup tables. Lookup tables are mostly similar to a memory. When FPGA gets configured, it just fills in the lookup table output values. They are actually physically composed of SRAM bits. So, the designs which are captured in a hardware description language like VHDL or Verilog can be simulated and synthesized, and after compilation, a bit file will be generated. This bit file can be downloaded into the FPGA kit. And the reconfiguration is possible by changing the design and downloading to the same FPGA. Now let's compare the design flow stages between FPGA and ASIC. The figure shows the design flow stages in an FPGA. After the design is done in VHDL or Verilog, the design is tested and verified for its functionalities, and then synthesis is done. The timing verification is also done at different points in the design flow. And finally, it generates a bit file which is downloaded into the FPGA. In ASIC, the design flow is similar, but it has additional testing and validating procedures since it is not reprogrammable. Because the design flow is more complex in ASIC, there is an increased time to market, which is one of the major drawbacks of ASIC. Now let's have a price comparison between FPGA and ASIC. The unit cost of FPGAs will be higher when compared to ASICs, but the non-recurring engineering costs are too high in the case of ASICs. Thus, ASICs are most suited for high-volume products. If the product volume is low, we can go with FPGA. Summarizing, FPGAs have reconfigurable circuit and they are not suited for very high volume mass production because of their high cost. Usually, they will have fast time to market as the design flow stages are simpler. Whereas ASIC has a permanent circuitry. That is, once the ASIC is made into silicon, it cannot be altered, and they are suited for very high volume mass production. Their entry to market is slower as their design flow stages are more complex. As we have seen, the unit cost of FPGAs are higher when compared to ASIC, but the NRE costs are higher for ASICs, which make them suitable only for high volume products. The design flow stages are more complex in ASICs, and because of that, they have increased time to market, and FPGAs are faster in that aspect. The power consumption of ASICs are very less as compared to FPGAs, and hence their performance is better. So, how to choose between FPGA and ASIC? A beginner who wants to learn more about VLSI and hardware design can choose FPGA. But a designer who is working on his own product, he can think about the target market, expected price range, power budget, speed requirements, and so many other parameters. Anyhow, you can always prototype and validate the idea using FPGAs. If the design has highly specific requirements in terms of cost, power, speed, etc., better go for ASIC. FPGAs become better while designing low-volume products, and also the prototyping and testing of ASICs can be done using FPGAs. And that's it. Thank you.